Well, good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, and we have a birthday. Today is Carlisa Taylor's birthday. So Carlisa gets a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carlisa. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. It's cold today. It's colder today than it was yesterday, and the temperature is actually 10 degrees warmer. Yesterday I think it was like 27. Today it's 37, and it's damp, and it's just, I think it's because the sun is not out. Hopefully the sun will come out tomorrow. I hope so. It makes all the difference in the world. Plus I just have a baseball cap on because I saw it was 37. I thought I don't have to wear my winter hat, but as you see, I put my hood up because it got a little chilly willy. So, called Denise to try to talk to her at least while I was walking, but she's busy sewing. She likes to get her sewing done in the morning. So I thought, okay, so I just listened to my music. But before I forget, I wanted to ask everyone to pray for Diana Antu's husband is in the hospital. He has a bowel obstruction. Ooh, that sounds painful. So if you could say some prayers for him. I was supposed to mention it yesterday, but I forgot. I'm so sorry, Diana. But I did remember him in my own prayers. I just forgot to ask other people for prayers. And then the survey results is a tie. Counting days by day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, got 25 votes, and counting back, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, got 25 votes. It was a dead even tie, and so I thought I'd wait till this morning and check it again, and I checked it, and it's still a dead even tie. And so you're probably wondering who thought what. Jim thought you should put it on the 1 because it's the first, or the 2 because it's the second. I'm going to show you a clock that I have that tells you the days of the week anyhow, so I'll put that clip right here. Okay, this is my calendar that tells me the actual day of the week, and then it tells you the time. And over here, tells me the days of the week. So I'm all set. That tells you the date, so why do you need that? I also included a picture of the days of the week clock because what more do you need? You know the day of the month and you know the day of the week. And you know the time because it's a clock. So it's covering all the bases. I felt that you should do it as a countdown because that's how I always did it with my kids. Like, they'd go, how many more days till Christmas? How many more days till Christmas? And I'd say, look on the calendar. And they'd say, well, today's the 2nd. And I go, well, 25 take away 2. And then they go, that's math. I don't want to be bothered with that. So I saw that snowman clock or countdown thing. Some of them say countdown to Christmas. That particular one doesn't say it. But that's how I've always done it. So Jim and I both get to keep our $5. But thank you for taking the survey. I appreciate everybody's thoughts and their thought process and how they picked. And probably was better just to come out as a tie. So, once again, I've achieved my one plan for the day, which was go for a walk. I think that what we need to do is find an exercise that doesn't feel like an exercise. And walking to me, although everybody tells me it's exercise, is not exercise. It's just something I really enjoy. I don't walk to lose weight. Although if I get a side benefit from losing weight, I'm fine with that. But I don't think I walk fast enough or far enough that it's really going to make that much of a difference. But it keeps my muscles loosened, my joints not getting stiff. I feel like I can move a little bit more. It starts my day off. It refreshes my mind. It just feels all the much better about it. So you got to find something. Don over at West Virginia Running Don loves to run. I don't think he thinks that as exercise. I think it's just something he enjoys doing. Robbie at Freaky Fit Wolf and Mary Fran over at No Excuses, their new thing is yoga. They seem to like it. but I don't think they think of it as exercise. Maybe they do, but they don't drudge it. Joan at Joan's Pointed Plate does her HIIT training every day with her husband Doug. She even gets up early to do it. More power to you, Joan. I just stay in bed as long as I possibly can before I get up to go for my walk. It's not that I'm dreading doing the walk, it's just that I don't want to get out of the bed. But they get up like at 4:30 in the morning to do their exercises. So, but I don't think they think of it. I'm not saying that some days I don't feel like this is a drudge, because, you know, I'm not all, fairy dust and sugar plums and all that. Some days it is a chore. It really is a chore. But I would say that 99% of the time, it's something I really enjoy. And it's the 1%, maybe I do it as out of guilt or obligation or habit. But for the most part, I get too many benefits for it to complain that it's not something that I want to do. So that's my plan, is to continue finding things that I'd like to do. I am not going to put a YouTube video in showing a walking thing like the Leslie Sansone or something like that. That's exercise, and I am not the least bit coordinated. I don't know if it's my knees, because I had knee replacements, or what, but I don't have as much motion with them. Like, I have pretty good motion with my knees, but not like my real knees. So I think it makes it a little bit more difficult. It feels a little bit more like exercise. If I do want to do something, I do have a Richard Simmons Dancing with the Oldies, which I love to dance. I am a terrible dancer. You do not want. I look like Elaine from Seinfeld on the dance floor, but I don't really care. I have fun. That's all that matters. You know, I'm not a professional dancer. I'm not a ballroom dancer. I would never win on Dancing with the Stars, but you know, I enjoy it. And so when the weather, and I don't like walking on a treadmill. That is exercise. I know a lot of people watch YouTube videos, or they watch TV, or they listen to their music or something. It's a drudge. It's a drudgery to me. It just is. So I would rather just like walk around the basement, something like that. We're supposed to have a milder winter, colder winter, but not as many snowstorms, according to the Farmer's Almanac. But, so I might be able to get out more. Like I said, I prefer to walk in the cold than walking in the summer when it's hot. In the summer, I do get out of bed early to walk, because I just detest walking in the heat. I hate it with a passion. But that's probably my 1% in the summer. It's like, I gotta get out of bed, gotta go for a walk. But I never feel that way in the winter, because I can bundle up. So, we have a story time now. I'm going to follow my menu today. Actually, I'm going to follow my menu because I liked everything I picked, so that'll be easy to follow. Stories. You know, it's kind of hard because I've shared so many of them so many times, and you know, there's only so many stories I can share, and I always feel bad when I repeat a story that you've already heard. I'll think of this one because we're Christmas shopping. I'm having a hard time this year finding something for Jim. I really am. When I can go into the stores, I can look and I can see something, and then something will pop up in my eyesight, my line of vision, and I'll think, oh, you know, Jim would like that. But this year, I'm having a really hard time. I'm really having a hard time. But this one year, we didn't have very much money, as always. Jim and I, did I tell you? We're terrible. We're better. We're better. We were so bad when we were first married. But anyway, when Jim was an apprentice, and it was during the, was it the beginning of, no, I forget when it was, but work was really slow. I think it was in the beginning of the 80s, and the work was just really slow. And he was laid off a lot, and he didn't have a lot of money. And this one particular year, he was working pretty steady for the whole year. And so much so that he actually got a Christmas bonus, which Jim never was at places long enough to get a Christmas bonus, because being an apprentice, they would lay you off because they could always move you from job to job, because you were supposed to be learning different things anyhow. And like this particular job, you can learn about this, and then we'll transfer you to this job because it's something that they're not doing on that job. You got to learn how to do that, you know. So he moved around a lot. But this one particular year, he stayed with the same company the whole year. So he did get a Christmas bonus, and we were going to spend the Christmas bonus on Christmas gifts. We weren't going to use, well, we learned our lesson with the credit card that one year, so we weren't going to use a credit card, but we were going to use this Christmas bonus. And so when they all got their Christmas bonuses and they went after work to the bar to have a couple beers, and everybody cashed their Christmas bonuses. And so Jim stayed a little while, and then he left, and we had just got in April a brand new car. We got a Monte Carlo. It was a really nice car. So we only had it a couple months. And so he was driving home. He stopped at the light, and it was a really bad snowstorm that day. It was really, really bad. And he stopped at the light, and he got stuck, and he couldn't get the car to, like he was backing and going for it. And a couple guys came out, and he thought they were coming to help him push the car out. Well, they were going to push the car out, yeah, but they were going to steal the car. But so they pulled Jim out of the car and beat him up. He went to the hospital, but he didn't have to be hospitalized. But he lost a couple teeth, like that's why he has a partial. Well, now he's got false teeth, but that's why he had a partial at the time, because they knocked out a couple of teeth and they beat him up pretty bad and threw him on the side of the road, stole all of our Christmas bonus money and the car, and then just left him. And then it was by a little side, I don't know what you call them, like a storefront church, and the minister came out and took care of him and called us, and my dad and I went and picked Jim up and brought him to the hospital and that. But anyway, he was, he was beaten up, but he was fine. And so then they did find our car eventually completely stripped, and we never had much luck with cars. I've told those car stories. I'll tell some more in a couple days, but we've got our car stolen numerous times. But so they stole all of our money, so we didn't have very much money to spend. So obviously you spend, Santa Claus has to get his presents first, so we got Santa Claus presents, and we only had a little bit of money left. And with the Christmas bonus, Jim was going to buy a leather coat because he just so wanted a leather coat. And I remembered from my mother with my pea coat that I told you about yesterday, how she took in laundry. And so I did laundry for Mrs. Martin down the street. I did her laundry, I did her ironing. I went to Mrs. Ferroni's house across the street and cleaned her house, and then Mrs. Ferroni brought me to her mother's house, and I cleaned her mother's house, and I earned all this extra money. And so I bought this really, really nice leather coat for Jim. And so when we went to his family's, and Jim's mother knew I was doing all of this, because a lot of times I would drop the kids off, Danny and Jimmy, with her to watch while I went to do all of my extra jobs. And so, because my mother was working at the time. So I got this really nice coat, and Jim's mother was really proud of me, and we're opening up our Christmas gifts. And at the time, plethora, I don't know if anybody remembers that, plethora was very popular because people couldn't afford leather coats. And they didn't look like a leather coat, but they kind of resembled a leather coat, if you know what I mean. But it was like a plastic coat, really. But so Jim opens up the coat, and he looks at it, and he says, "Oh, thank you." And he kind of tossed it aside. And I thought, oh, that was a leather coat. That cost me a lot of money. And he bought me a nice gift. Not as nice as the leather coat, but it was a nice gift. I always say it's the thought that counts. But he did buy me a really nice gift. And so I was like hurt. I was really just kind of hurt because he didn't see the effort, like, where did you come up with this money or anything? So then we went to eat, and Jim's mother told Jim, he says, "Oh, I need some help in the back room because I need you to help me with something." And I did hear her in there, and she was yelling at him. She said, "Do you realize what your wife did? She took in laundry. She took in people's underwear." And he come out, and he says, "I didn't realize that was a real leather coat." And I go, "Well, yeah." He says, "I thought it was a plethora coat." And I said, "I thought you thought it was." I said, "But no, that was a real leather coat." So he tried it on, and he loved it. He loved it. He was so appreciative of that. And really, after that year, Jim went well above and beyond, always getting me a nice Christmas gift. And I didn't do it for that reason. It's just like I always told you, that it's the thought, and I get more joy out of giving than receiving. Because whenever anybody asks me what I want, I don't know. I have everything. I have everything I need and want in life, other than this virus to be gone. But I mean, other than that, I have my family, I have my health, I have money, enough to live on. I'm by no means rich, but I'm so rich with non-material things in my life that the material things don't really mean that much to me. They really don't. So, anyway, I did go to the post office yesterday. I did get mail, but I'm going to go again today to see. But by now you've probably already seen I've done a Happy Mail video of my cards. I have sent some cards out. I still got some more to do. Like, I think I got to get some more stamps, so I'm at the post office if the line's not too long. I wish our post office had a machine. I don't know why they don't have a stamp machine in the lobby, where you can at least buy them in the lobby. They should leave that as a suggestion. But anyway, okay, I'll see you guys at breakfast. Okay, let's eat breakfast. Today is Wednesday, December 9th. As always, I start my day with a prayer. My quote is, "It's not always easy, but it's always worth it." It's a 7-point breakfast, 2 points for my 3 slices of center cut bacon, 4 points for a half of a bagel, 1 point for a Laughing Cow cheese, and 0 for my eggs, berry, banana, and tea. So at 7 points, I have 16 points left for dinner and lunch. I'm going to have a 4-point lunch today. My water is in the other room. It's 1 point for my pretzel rod, 3 points for my half a cup of cottage cheese, and 0 for my pineapple, my sugar-free Jell-O. And like I said, my water's in the other room. So I still have 12 points left for dinner. Okay, for dinner, I'm going to have some popcorn and a cheese stick, some sugar-free pudding, and a salad. This is the dressing I used. It's only 1 point for 2 tablespoons. Actually, you can get 1 point for 3 tablespoons, but I only used 2. So it's actually a 12 point. I forgot to include my dish. That's 0 for my salad, my tuna fish, and the tea. 2 points for my sugar-free pudding. 2 points for my Carb Master wrap. 1 point for a tablespoon of Miracle Whip. 3 points for my cheese stick. 3 points for the popcorn, and 1 point for the poppy seed dressing. So I hit my mark exactly today. I like sitting in the dark with just the Christmas lights on. It just puts me in the mood for Christmas. As you can see, I couldn't figure out how to do the sound of the music. So on my tag video, I did a quick little 10-second Carol of the Bells, because I knew that if you play just a couple seconds of it, they don't charge you for copyright. But my beginnings are a little bit longer than that, so I can't really use that. So I continue on trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Sooner or later, I will accomplish it. But okay, that's going to do it for tonight. Talk to you guys tomorrow. I didn't even have to think about that. I knew that. So stay safe.